boys and girls, after you have finished coloring in your name, you are ready to use watercolor for the background. When we use watercolor, you want to outline your name. It's your choice if you want to add colors in the corners. You can blend colors in the background, and it's your choice if you want to splatter paint on top. The watercolor you will receive will look like this. So they are basically dried up and you leave them in these containers. Now, if you prefer to have more traditional watercolor, you can also use this. But at least try to use these because these are a little bit easier to use than this. Now there are lots of different ways you can paint your background. I just want to show a couple of student examples. So you don't need to do the splatter technique. You can just maybe have lines, stripes in the background. You can just maybe fill in certain areas. You can use contrasting, complementary colors. You can transition and create a pattern. You can use the colors within your picture, within your letters. You can use those same colors. So this friend did a really nice job adding the darker green in the background that really contrasts their name. Now we have warm colors and cool colors. You can see the difference. This friend did mainly, it almost looks like a solid color in the background, and then they splattered paint. While this friend used green around the name, then blue in the corners, and then blended them together before choosing a single color to splatter. That was a really good idea. And these two friends, they didn't even paint a solid color in the background. They just splattered. So it's your choice of what you want to do. I'm going to zoom back a little. So you can see there's different ways to splatter your paint too. When we splatter our paint, we're splattering it on top of our paper. We have to be mindful of the people around us. We are not supposed to splatter paint on us on purpose. If you have splatter paint all over your face, I can tell that it was done on purpose, not on accident. And if you do that, you might lose the privilege to splatter your paint. So just try to be mindful of the people around you, the area around you, and try to keep the mess to a minimum. And here's an example of a friend who used analogous colors, 3 colors touching each other on the color wheel to create their design. So lots of different ideas. Now I'm doing kind of like an outer space theme, and I might go in with these 2 colors first before going in with black. So when you start, your brush should be in the water, and this paint is backwards, and you want to wake up your first color by just swirling it. So if you have a puddle here, if I zoom in you can see, you have a little puddle here, that's really all you need. Then you just want to outline your name. So I'm just dipping my brush in that little puddle I made, and I'm going around my name. Lots of different techniques you can do for watercolor. You can make a darker color by swirling it. The more you swirl, the darker your color is. If you have a little water puddle on here, you can literally just drop colors inside and watch them expand. So I'm gonna try to do it with this one. So you can see it expand. You can move your water around. If you ever add too much, you can always take a paper towel and dry it off like that. And look at that technique. You can see the texture of the paper towel. Another thing you can do is you can add water and create a wash. So when it comes to your colors, the more you swirl, the darker your color. The more water you add, the lighter your color. Another thing you can do is you can switch colors and blend them on top of each other. So just make sure that you wash your brush. You wash your brush by touching the bottom, stirring it around, and then wipe it on the side. Then you swirl it into the next color and you can just blend right on top. So I'm gonna create kind of like a wash around my picture. Maybe I can take my paper towel and like dab it off in certain areas. Since you used a permanent marker to trace and either crayons or colored pencils to color it in, you can paint directly on top of your picture too. So if you don't like something, you can always try to add a little bit of paint on top. Okay, and now I'm gonna add maybe a little bit more blue. Blend that in, and now I'm gonna add a little bit of black. So I'm adding in my corners, and now I'm gonna wash my brush and start to bring it in. Blend it in with my colors a little bit. So you can literally just create texture with your brush like this. You can add water and then watch colors expand. You can use your paper towel to dab off certain colors and add even more texture. And the trick when it comes to painting is the second you like it, that's when you stop. Now I'm gonna splatter some paint. I wanna try to do, maybe I'll do some pink. So all you do for splattering is you take your brush that's in the water, you add it into your color of choice, make sure your brush is wet, and then you just splatter like this. The wetter your brush is, the easier it is to splatter. And you splatter all over like this. You try to aim your brush towards your paper, and then you splatter. Now if your paint is really wet like mine, it'll expand like that. So let me maybe go into a different color to show you. So I take my brush, I hold it like this. I can also angle it towards my paper, and then I start to splatter. Just to show you splattering on a drier paper. If your paper is drier, you'll be able to see the splatters more. And that's it. Once you're happy with your pictures, put them on the drying rack. Okay, boys and girls, when you are finished, come to sink 2, put your messy mat away, and then you can grab a sponge. All you have to do is put your sponge under the water, squeeze it out all the way, and then you can use this to wipe down your table. And then you just put it back here. You also want to put your pictures on the drying rack. Again, make sure your pictures do not touch each other, and then you just bring the rack down.